guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster Cooking Cosplay, and tonight we're back into guys with Viking, episode 13, season 5.
Yes, last episode, there was a lot of people sleeping with a lot of people. There was a lot of lack of trust, a lot of struggle for power, a lot of manipulation for power too, and the future of this season does not look good. Not because it's not going to be a good season, but because a lot of characters are going to face hardships in the form of politics.
Ivar was convinced that he was a god, and by being a god, you just need to bleed and conceive children.
He thinks he's going to be a dad, but we know that she cheated. His new wife went around, slept with a guy. It looked like she slept with the first guy she found, but...
Even if he's not biologically the father, he can still be the dad.
Yeah, but it's not... That's not how it works, you know? Not when people
Not in those times.
Well, I mean, if he knew, I don't know, but she's trying to make him, think that it's his kid. And if he figures it out, he's not going to be happy. So...
It's just like with Aethelwulf. He had to accept Alfred as his son, basically.
Yeah, but he's not Aethelwulf.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Speaking of, Alfred is facing a lot of people that want to overthrow him. There's a lack of trust going around. He's trying to help the Vikings. He proposed some stuff to Ubba.
They don't want to cooperate, though.
Well, Bjorn doesn't. He's sleeping with the king's future wife, which is not good. And so there's a lot of stuff going on. I say we jump in this episode and see how they deal with everything, because the bishop killed the new bishop and Margaret is dead. So let's see what happens. Let's go.
Alright. We didn't really talk about Floki last episode, but Floki is doubting his own fate.
Again.
Oh.
He's playing into that other guy's hand. He's doing exactly what he wants. Doubting himself, questioning his decisions.
What's the matter with you, huh? Little brother?
I'm not your little brother. And you know exactly what's wrong with me. Margaret is dead.
Yeah.
I know. Of course you know! You ordered the killing!
Why would I do that?
Maybe it's Harold who did it to create tension between them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not quite true.
She was right about you from the very beginning, Ivar.
Be very careful what you say about me, Vincent.
Why? Will you kill me next? Just remember, I'm also a son of Ragnar Lothbrok. The people of Kattegat don't love you, Ivar. What do you think they would do if you even touched a hair on my head?
Why don't you go back to England with King Harald then? Huh?
I belong here with you, Ivar. I chose your side. And now, for good or ill, you're stuck with me.
At least he's sticking to his path, the one he chose. I don't think Ivar killed Margaret. I think Harold is the one that did it.
To create tension?
To create tension. It's not like there's a lot of hate and uneasiness between them.
Cuthred is dead, murdered.
Murdered? By who?
By Lord Hageman in the cathedral.
Where is Hageman now?
Here, in the chapel.
He's not hiding or anything. Well, I mean, he's dead. I'm gonna take his place.
I was gonna say that he wants to overthrow the king, so...
Hello.
How dare you!
Sire.
In all of this world, there can be no justification for murdering a servant of God in his own house!
I killed Cuthred because he and the other bishops, clergy, and several of your leading aldermen formed a conspiracy to overthrow you. And then, to assassinate you.
What can you do against that?
Pagans.
It was gonna happen, but it's not really the reason why he killed
He
them.
doesn't know that.
in the conspiracy.
I care about all of you. I want you to live together peacefully. We have suffered the loss of 2 of our children. I know what it's like to lose a child. The days ahead will be hard. And our real hope lies with the child that Shetil's daughter Thorun carries in her belly. For Avon's son, Henry, was also involved. So now I beg of you all one last time to please spare me your access. I have been harsh on Floki. It's true I doubted his motives. But I see I was wrong.
Are you being honest?
I believe Floki is a pure spirit. Let us look forward. As a community, to the birth of a new child.
Can we believe him? I want to.
I want to be optimist.
Too many times we've been deceived. So I have a hard time trusting anyone, you know? But I want to believe he was honest.
I've summoned you here once more because after much prayer and thought, I've made an important decision. I've decided to restore His Grace Bishop Hagman to the bishopric of Sherborne.
But I'm getting married, and the Vikings might become Christians.
In these dark and most uncertain days when Wessex is threatened as never before in our history, we cannot and I will not do without the services of the man who is our sword, the greatest warrior for Christ in this kingdom.
He does have a point. What can you say against that?
People will always find something to say about
I
that.
wish also to announce my marriage to Princess Elswith of Northumbria.
Oh, there's one guy who's like...
There's one final matter.
He chose to do it.
Yep. And Thorby with
Uber,
him.
the son of Ragnar Lothbrok, and his wife Torvi have agreed to be baptized into our Christian faith.
You're not happy about that? I mean, it's the greatest form of victory over the pagans you can have.
In God's name, without the help of these people, who were once our enemies, Wessex cannot and will not survive.
Dude. Stay strong. Alfred the Great.
He should not have done that.
At least his marriage is arranged and settled. Now it's time to arrange yours.
You have no need to arrange everything in the world. And as a matter of fact, I've already chosen my bride.
Do I know her?
I do not think so. She's Catherine's daughter.
What?
Huh?
Catherine's daughter?
At least Thorby went with him.
They're
Before
doing
being
what's
received
right.
into God's holy church, you must renounce your former errors.
Bjorn is not liking it.
I renounce my belief.
I renounce my belief in Odin and all other pagan gods.
Ragnar did it too.
Rollo too. But in his
My
heart,
breath.
he has told
And you
Hammer.
exercise these evil spirits which inhabit. In nomine Patre, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti.
It's
In
harsh.
nomine Patre,
Yeah, it
et
is.
Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
It's for the good of your people. Bjorn is not the type to willingly sacrifice something of himself
No.
for the people around him.
To you, Alfred,
Everything is happening this episode.
before all these witnesses here gathered, take this woman, Elswith, as your lawful wife.
That's why they reinstated the bishop, because they needed a priest.
These witnesses here gathered, I now pronounce you man and wife.
I like her dress. She was beautiful.
And now, I mean, if you do anything,
He knows, or that's... What's the name again of Ragnar's son with Queen Catherine?
Bjorn Ironside.
Magnus.
yeah.
Yeah. You and I have much in common.
That's Magnus! That's Magnus!
Oh. We share the same father.
Oh
my god!
He grew up fast!
You guessed it right away.
When he was still around,
My name is
though.
Magnus.
They sent him on his way.
Grew up here
He
on
came
the
back?
estate with Alfred. After Ragnar was imprisoned here, I was expelled.
Because he's not your dad.
Or maybe he lied for his sake.
Threw me to the wolves.
We had heard Ragnar fathered a son in Wessex.
Yes, I managed to survive. Of course, they don't know I survived. They don't even know who I am.
I sure didn't.
I heard you were here. My half-brothers, and I had to see you.
Well now, my brother,
You are found.
He's desperately seeking a family. Bjorn is desperately seeking someone on his side. He's planning his own wedding. I think he was part of the conspiracy. I'd like to sound surprised.
so what's the great news? I would love some great news.
You know that our whole family is descended from the Allfather.
Yes.
Yes, that is you, that is me too. You also remember when we were young, you and your brothers always made fun of me because I was different.
I don't remember me making fun of you, Ivar.
No, but you pitied me. And I was ashamed. And I asked myself, why did the gods hate me so much? And then Freydis explained something to me. She told me that being deformed was a sure sign of the gods' favor. That it marked me out as a very special person.
It's true. I knew that.
And
Why are
you're
you
saying
telling
that?
me this?
Yeah, why?
I'm telling you this because this very special person has realized something extraordinary and astonishing about himself. Realized that I am not just descended from the gods. No. The fact is, Wessex, Ivar the Boneless is a god.
You think it's gonna make him happy to hear that?
Is a god.
You're crazy, Ivar.
I am not crazy. I'm not.
You're delusional.
That is your mistake. I did the impossible. I am going to be a father. And to celebrate, we will have a feast and we will invite everyone in Kattegat. And we will make a sacrifice dedicated to my fellow gods welcoming me into the family of the Aesir. But it must be an important sacrifice. It must be someone that the gods will have heard of. Someone that all the people will
Is
have
he
heard
gonna
of.
ask him to be a sacrifice?
Come on, come on. To be a sacrifice, he has to be willing, right?
Yeah.
He's not gonna do it, right? Or could he actually decide to force him to do it?
No, he needs to be willing
Yeah.
to be a sacrifice.
Ivar is losing it. She's pushing him towards. Oh my god. It's one thing to have ambition. It's another to believe you're a god.
You know what's worse? When he was explaining to him why he was so angry as a child, I was happy he was for once opening up to his brother. And Victor could have understood that. But now he started talking about I'm a god, basically.
She's gone. She's gone.
What do you mean, gone?
Darling, she's disappeared.
I don't understand. She can't have disappeared.
Mother told me she had gone to pray at the waterfall. She felt her time was near. She wanted to pray to Freya for a safe delivery. She wasn't there.
Think
I
that she
shouted and looked for
slept?
her. She disappeared.
They placed all their hopes in that baby.
King Egbert and his family betrayed me as they betrayed our father. And they say that you're here to support King Alfred.
We are at Alfred's mercy.
He should be at yours. Alfred is just as guilty as his father and his grandfather for the death of our father.
I don't like that way of thinking, though.
It's like a Margaret 2.0. Surely it's not.
Hey, that's the color!
It is.
Yeah.
Surely,
Sacrifice.
no. Surely it's not Witzer, right?
I hope not.
And if it's not him, then who is it?
You're forcing them to be there?
Are they just gonna kill all the women?
I don't know, but right now I think that they just force people to assist
be there,
the
yeah.
ceremony. Yeah.
Why are they so scared?
Because they don't recognize Ivar as their king. Yeah.
Oh, they're okay. Maybe. I kind of forgot that there were people living there before he showed up. He looks so fucking fierce, though.
Both of them. Who's the sacrifice then?
Bring on the sacrifice!
He's like, what the fuck? Whoa! I slept through it all.
Gosh, don't tell me that they force him to be one.
Well, the person they're sacrificing doesn't seem willing. That person looks too small to be Witzer.
You think that maybe they kidnapped Margaret and make her believe that she was dead?
No, they shot like daggers at her. They cut her throat.
True. True.
Oh, fuck you! Fuck this! Fuck this!
I'm a little bit pissed right now.
Okay, the
I
people
don't like this
freaking
cliffhanger.
out. The people freaking out were probably the civilians left from Lagertha's reign. The one,
Yeah.
but then that. Why would they have left them behind though? They came back to Kattegat after the fight, or we saw them in the settlement.
Those
Okay.
stairs at Kattegat
Okay.
were not warriors.
No, okay. After they lost the battle with Ivar, I thought we saw them in Kattegat, and they were saying, like, oh, we need to flee and stuff. They went back for the kids and everything.
Yeah.
So apparently some people stayed behind.
Some people stay behind, yes. But, well, Lagertha, Bjorn, Uba, Edmund, Thorvi, and their kids with Margaret flee. But
They fly,
everyone else stayed in Kattegat.
Okay. I thought, like, okay,
This is
it makes
their own
sense because
family.
there's not a lot of people with them now, so it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so there are definitely people there afraid of Ivar. They don't really know how to react to this, and now he's declaring himself a god. His followers are just cheering him on. They're all for it. He said he had to sacrifice someone meaningful, someone big, someone who everyone would know, like, oh, that's that person, you know? It doesn't seem like a coincidence that he told his brother everything about the sacrifice. At the same time, they covered his face, the sacrifice face. So I'm like, we could be surprised. It could be someone else, but I'm so afraid that it's Vincent.
For a moment, I thought that maybe that's Margaret, but yeah, you are right. They
cut her throat.
So yeah, no, she's dead.
And I mean, Vincent knows she's dead. Like he really did not handle that well. I'm pretty sure that Harold is the one that orchestrated her death. He wants to take away Ivar's power. But he's being sneaky about it. He's being, before he used to go around declaring that he wanted to be the king of Norway. He wasn't hiding.
Mm-hmm.
But after losing everything, I think he's trying to win in a more sneaky way. He's being intelligent about how he's going to do this the next time. It doesn't seem that hard for him to gain allies because he's kind of right. Vikings, per their description, are passionate people. They have ambition. They want riches of their own. They want something. Not all of them do, but most of them want to become someone important. Mm-hmm. So you find someone that was left behind, someone who was doesn't get any rewards for the job he's doing, and you sweet talk him into joining you. The look he gave at the end makes me think that maybe he's got doubts about how this is going to play out. But he did kiss the ring, he did kiss his arm ring. So for now, I think he's going to offer his support. Mm-hmm. So it means that eventually he's going to maybe go after Ivar. But for now, we'll just see him attack Wessex.
For now.
He's got Alfred to... I mean, he could die there. He could definitely lose, so we'll see. Aethelred being against his brother is not surprising to me, though.
I hope that it wouldn't be that way, but, history tends to repeat itself, and we know that brothers against brothers is not something new. Shocking.
I'm mad, though, that we don't recognize the name of his future bride's mother. Because I have a feeling that it was supposed to be like, oh shit, and then we completely forgot who it was.
Well, they didn't mention a Catherine before, though?
Maybe. Everyone seems to talk about her like we're supposed to know her, but explain to us, like, who was she? Are we supposed to know her? And if not, like, who is she? How is she important?
I can't think of maybe not at that time, but the only Catherine that I can think of was Catherine d'Aragon or Catherine of Medicis, but those are not, they're not alive right now.
And I have no idea. Like, I don't remember hearing of a Catherine. So.
I know Queen Catherine, but she got a son and she's dead.
Funny that though she came back and like we thought about her right before her son showed up. Son that, to be honest, okay, he's blonde. She was dark as fuck. That's the only thing I could, relate to Ragnar. But then there were a lot of Vikings around that time, And I don't think Ragnar lied about him. Although, you're right, he could have lied to protect him. By saying he's not his son, he made sure that Egbert didn't keep the kid and use him, know? But I think we would have seen it. We would have seen him sleep with her.
Or maybe it's just a miracle birth. Ivar is a father by blood. Magnus is alive by piss.
The thing is, anyone who could have, said, hey, it's not true, is dead. True. Everyone that was there when he said he wasn't his son is dead.
You know what? During the same time, I know that she technically slept with Egbert.
And a lot of Vikings.
And Vikings.
Yep.
And probably Ragnar.
We never saw it. They were on the battlefield. She pissed on him, that's what he said, but we never saw anything between the two.
Mm-hmm. I'm willing to go more toward the Egbert theory. That maybe that's Egbert's son.
Could be.
And maybe she said that it's Ragnar's son because Ragnar is one of the few men, or maybe the only man who showed her
saying it was
compassion and treat her like a human being.
Saying it was Ragnar's son, I think Ragnar was the only choice that could have given her an advantage by saying, hey, he's the baby daddy, It would have given her, maybe support, maybe it would have made people fear him. It was giving her power or something, but it ended up, doing nothing to her, but still. Nonetheless, at the end of the day, what's important is what they believe in, because there's no DNA testing here. No way to know. And they already, the kids knew Bjorn, Ivar, Wessex, Ubba, they all knew about that possible kid, and Ragnar never really said anything.
No.
Or at the very least, if he said something, I think he said that she peed on him, but at the very least, it's not like they trusted him at that time, so what's important is what they believe in, and Bjorn could use it to his advantage, because right now Bjorn is being abandoned by everyone. His brother has changed faith with Torvi. His mom is with Edmund, and the woman he slept with has just married the king. So he needs an ally.
Doesn't look well for him right now.
And sadly the ally he gets is like a Margaret 2.0, someone who's whispering in his ear that he deserves to be in charge. He should be the one that the king listens to. He should do something about it, It's depending on what he does, it could be bad. Bjorn is not stupid, but... And he doesn't have a lot of allies right now, so I don't know what he could do.
Yeah, but he tends to be impulsive lots of the time, so...
Well, I mean, I meant it when I said that Bjorn... It's true that he never really sacrifices anything of himself for the good of the people. Like, we've said that he's a good leader here and there, but if there is one thing he's not good at, is doing the right thing, even if it means losing something. Like, he enjoys sleeping around... No matter the consequences. He doesn't commit to someone.
True.
And he doesn't sacrifice his freedom with women for the sake of the family. So that's out of the way. He doesn't want to lose his faith over for the good of his people like Ubba did. Because that's for the good of his people. Helping the king will help them in return, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's protection. And we know that Ragnar was willing to change his faith. Well, change his faith. He was willing to get baptized to further his plan when they invaded France, Paris.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing where, you know, Ivar has a beat here, because Ivar understands what it means to not necessarily make sacrifices, but use his head for the good of his plan, you know, for the good of everything. And Bjorn, he's very passionate, but he just goes for everything he wants. He doesn't care about strat. Well, he is good on the battlefield, but in politics, he sucks.
No.
So.
That's why I said that Ragnar may have taught him how to rule, but Bjorn didn't had his father's way of being diplomatic with people.
He's a bad politician.
Yeah.
Politician, yeah.
Politician.
He's a good warrior, but he's basically like Aethelred. I mean, he has the potential, but he's not willing to make the sacrifices.
True. I'm a little bit scared though with Hava's big talk of being a god, because technically, well, usually when people saying that, fear me, love me, I'm a god, that never ends well. Never.
One thing I thought about last episode, and now that you've just said that, it's kind of coming back to him, but I was thinking, you know, we saw him struggle with everything that was going on, and he was, you know, fighting with his brother, and he was, you know, trying to push away Harold, who stayed around for a little bit, and he seemed really not scared, but nervous around everyone else.
Yeah.
And I was thinking at that time, that's the problem with being powerful, is it's one thing to seek power, but when you've got it all, when you are the king, when you are like the emperor, when you are in charge of everyone else, and there's no one above you, it's easy to fall.
Yeah.
So you gotta struggle, you gotta fight to keep that position. And the bigger you get, the stronger you are, the easier it is to destroy you after, because it's a reputation thing, I feel like. If you rule over too much land, you can't be everywhere. So that's part of what happened to Alexander the Great, right? He was ruling
even
over
the Roman Empire. That's what happened to
the
that
Roman
too.
Empire got too big, so they lost eventually. They couldn't defend everywhere. By portraying
they couldn't defend everywhere. They couldn't impose their rule. Everywhere. People from far away from the metropolitan Rome just
didn't care about who was in charge.
What happened in Rome. And they just did their own thing.
I feel like portraying yourself as a god opens so many doors to people just proving that you're no god. I can make you bleed. I can, you know, hurt you. I can destroy you. I can manipulate you. It's just too easy, you know?
Yeah.
I know it seems like the ultimate position for him right now.
But you know what I'm scared most right now about the fact that he truly believes that he is a god? It's because before that, he was a cripple who had to fight just as strong, even stronger than his brother to be worth the same. And what he did, he knew that he had to be... He knew that he had to work hard.
You think he's gonna expect everything to just work for him now?
Yeah, that's what I'm fearing the most right now.
Maybe. she's definitely, you know, putting that idea in his head. I was afraid he was gonna just buy it all, but that's exactly what he's doing. And now he's gonna sacrifice someone who we don't know. I fear it's Wessex, but let's hope it's not. And if it's not, it's definitely someone we know. But who do we know that's still around, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but I kept remembering that we saw the seer at the end of the episode.
It's not the seer,
No,
but
it's
the
not him,
seer
but
freaked out.
The seer freaked out, so that's someone important that...
He did say that it was someone that everyone knew the name. So it's not anyone that's in Wessex, so we forget about them. The only one I'm thinking of that might be a surprise because it's been a while, it's, what's her name? Bjorn's first wife. Thorun. That's the only one I'm like, well, that's the only one that we know that we haven't heard
think that
from.
pretty much everyone forget about
That's
her.
the thing. Like, that's the only one I'm like, well, like, if it's not Wessex, I'm like, who is it? There's her, but, I mean, she's not around anymore, so who cares? If it's Wessex, I'm surprised they hit his face, though. So who is it? Did we forget anyone?
No, I don't think so.
We'll find out next episode. I hope it's not Wessex, please.
I hope it's not him.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. Check it out. The link is in the description.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, guys. So we're gonna see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.